let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer.
Hello, it's Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com. My friend and Phil. I traveled nonstop for 16 plus years and went to 104 countries. Phil, a guy I met in the Philippines, an American soldier type guy, pretty old now, but he asked a question. He said, I'm in Kiev, Ukraine, and kind of Russia associated with some rebels, and they kind of took half the country and cut it off. They called Donetsk, I guess, and made it into a new country. And he wants to know, are people upset over Russian? I think the Europeans, as best I can understand, they don't take Russia as serious as America does. We've always had the Cold War, and there's only like 150 million people, or 160 million in Russia right now, as opposed to when they had all these little satellite nations with them before it split up. So it's actually decreased in size. The bad part is they got nuclear weapons, but the truth is the European Union's probably around 300 million right now, so in a lot of ways it's not as big a country as it used to be. And it's, you know, the Russians are traveling all around the world, so it's really becoming real common to see Russians. And it's not such a Cold War. The Cold War is gone. And are they angry about Russia? Yeah, they think they're a little bit on the idiot side for doing this stuff. But here in Kiev, they are afraid a little. I seen a man in Odessa, one of the managers, and they did something, they made a movement. He's afraid that they're going to sweep down into Odessa and take Odessa. And, you know, it's just not right what they're doing, okay? And it's just bulging your muscles. But on the other side, the Ukraine is like Kansas and Nebraska and all these places where you see these fields of corn for miles and miles. I made this video coming through there. It's so boring because they're so rich in food here in Ukraine. So they lost their bread basket. This was a country with all the food, Ukraine. So in a way they're trying to, you know, they've lost some essential things. It's like Japan in World War II was part of the wars. They wanted places that had gas, so they were trying to get places to have gas because they were running out of gas for their country, oil, whatever, right? So people, you know, if the Middle East just cut off our oil wells, they could bankrupt the United States in less than, you know, a month. Would we go take it? Maybe we would. Okay, because, you know, if you're starving. So I think there's some real dire problems in the Russia they're not coming to grips with, and you know, it's not a. But are the people angry in Europe? No, I don't think so. Really, I think they're more disappointed and sad, but I don't see them as being angry because they're afraid. Fear is anger. People that are angry are afraid. So I think they're more afraid for the people of Ukraine. They don't want them to get soaked into another thing. And I think as far as everything's going, I'm going into all these little rogue states, and, you know, everybody's breaking off on all these little countries. They're breaking into other new countries, but they don't get recognized. So I actually can go into 4 little countries that are rogue states here on this next month here. I just went in Transnistria, which has their own money. They have their passport stamps. They have their own law. They have their own government, but they're not recognized because I think it'd be like an insult to Moldova, and it'd be an insult to Russia. Well, Russia would like it maybe, but it's an insult to Moldova, so it's some sort of political snafu, but it's really a country, okay? So I've been to 104 plus 1 rogue country, but never want to count countries because, I mean, when somebody says how many countries on the planet, it's a big question. Are they angry? I don't think so. I think they're more just frustrated to think that in this age and time people are supporting sort of bullshit eminence domain. They're taking over things. Europe is much more, I mean, everything in America is fear-based. They really, I think in Europe they've had so many thousands of years of politicians talking and telling them shit. They know not to believe them. In America, we listen to the news and we listen to the politicians and we believe it. You know, stop it. Andy Graham, Hobo Traveler.